Welcome to Inside the Logic. I'm your host, Mindful G, and today's topic is personal to me and more relevant in today's society than most want to believe. But let's start here. If someone tells you they have a criminal record, what changes in your mind? And let's be honest, does your posture shift? Do you start calculating distance? Do you quietly adjust your trust level from 100 to 40%? Because we live in a society that says all people can change, but then react like, yeah, but not you. So, tonight, we're not doing surface level conversation. We're not doing politically safe conversations. We're just asking, does a criminal past permanently alter how someone is perceived, even after they've changed? And more importantly, is that fair? Or is that just human nature? Y'all let me know in the comments. Now, a criminal record is not just paperwork, it's a label, and labels are powerful. You can serve your time, pay your fines, complete probation, do the programs, go to therapy, find faith. But when someone Googles your name, bam, there it is, frozen in time. And we say people deserve second chances. But background checks, they don't believe in redemption arcs. And here's the part nobody likes to say out loud: there are different reactions to different crimes. A white collar fraud, bad decision. Drug possession, well, they made some mistakes. But a violent offense, now the room temperature changes. Because we categorize people based on the worst thing they've ever done, not who they were before it, and not who they became after it, just the person in that moment. So here's the question: are we judging people based on accountability or based on fear? I mean, in today's society, your past doesn't fade, it's always searchable. There was a time when you could move cities and start over, but now, one tweet, one mugshot site, one viral post, and your lowest moment becomes your permanent headline. Because we live in an era that loves a good transformation story, but only if they're clean enough to market. If your redemption isn't inspirational, if it's messy, complicated, uncomfortable, people don't know what to do with you. And let's be real, some people don't want you to outgrow your past because your growth challenges their comfort. If you change, that means they might have to believe they can too. I mean, hey, but anyway, let's talk about relationships. Would you date someone with a criminal past? Would you hire them? Would you let them babysit? Would you go into business with them? See, this is where it gets real because perception isn't just judgment, it's self protection. Some people say once someone shows you who they are, believe them. But what if that wasn't who they were, just who they were at their lowest. Now, we've all done something we're not proud of, but the difference is some people got caught and some didn't. And some had resources that kept their mistakes private. So, are we judging morality or visibility? Because let's keep it 100. A corporate executive can crash an economy and still get a corner office. But someone with a felony drug charge, they might struggle to get a warehouse job. So, what are we actually saying? That some harm is forgivable and some harm is unforgettable? Uh-huh. Y'all let me know now. Okay, let's go deeper. A criminal record doesn't exist in a vacuum. It intersects with race, poverty, education, neighborhood, and access. Because two kids make the same mistake. One gets a lawyer, one gets a public defender. Two different futures, same action, but different outcomes. So, when we talk about perception, are we judging character or are we subconsciously judging background? And here's the uncomfortable layer. Some people see criminal record and hear danger. Others hear survivor of a broken system. Which one is closer to the truth? Hmm, maybe both. Maybe neither. But perception is powerful because perception determines opportunity. And I'll strip it down a little. Do you believe people can truly change? Now, not perform change, not rebrand, not curate or, well, not curate a better image, but actually change. Because if your answer is no, then prison isn't rehabilitation, it's permanent branding. Y'all agree? Okay. If your answer is yes, then why do we treat records like expiration dates that never expire? Because growth requires space. But society often says, you can grow, just not near me. And here's the paradox: we want less crime, but we make it harder for people with records to get housing, employment, loans, respect. Now, if you block every legal path forward, what do you think happens? So the bigger question becomes, is perception protecting society or quietly contributing to them relapsing? Because before we swing too far the other way, let's not erase their accountability. Some actions cause real harm. Some victims never get closure. Some trust, once broken, isn't easily rebuilt. And not everyone who says they've changed has. And I get it. But growth isn't declared, it's demonstrated over time with consistency, with humility, and with responsibility. So, yes, perception shifts for a reason because trust is earned. But should someone be defined forever by a chapter they didn't stay in? Now that's the tension. Maybe the real question isn't, does a criminal past change perception? Because let's keep it real, it does. But the real question is, should it define identity? Are we allowed to evolve beyond our worst moment? Or does society need villains to feel safe? Because the truth is, every person you admire has a version of themselves they're grateful the world never saw. And the difference isn't morality, sometimes it's exposure. And let me leave you with this: if you believe in redemption, you have to allow room for it. And if you believe in accountability, you have to allow growth after it. Because if nobody can outgrow their past, then none of us are safe from our own. Y'all agree? Okay. So tonight, ask yourself and be honest. When you hear someone has a criminal record, are you reacting to who they are today or who they were when they were broken? This isn't about excusing harm, it's about understanding humanity. Because we're quick to say some people don't change, but maybe the scarier truth is sometimes they do, but we don't know how to see them differently. This is Inside the Logic, where we don't just ask what people did, we ask who they are becoming. Until the next time, peace.